to the Loading Up Podcast. Yeah.
Welcome to the Loading Up Podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Brother Zay. Today we have a full cast of all of us here. We have Brother Tay.
What? The Dilly. I'm far away, but what's up?
What's up, man? What's up? And we also have Producer Jay.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on, fellas? Now, before we get into the show, the shenanigans, just wanted to remind all you guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you aren't, and don't forget to click the links in the description below where you can save money from our sponsors, W Energy Drink, where you can save 10% on all your purchases by using code LUP at checkout, as well as getting up to 67% off on subscription for NordVPN. All the links are right down below. Thank you for supporting us, and thank you for listening. All right, now let's jump right into it. What have everybody been playing? Brother Tay, you ready to start?
No.
All right, we'll come back. We'll come back. Fruza J, talk to us.
So I've been playing a little bit more of the Resident Evil Village. Making my way through that. Still playing, my usual the WWE games or game, the Kingdom Hearts, Baldur's Gate, still making progress on those things. I did start not a new game, but a new game to me. I haven't played it yesterday actually. So usually on the weekends, we tried to do stuff like with the kids or whatever. We would go out to eat or watch a movie, have a game night or whatever. And yesterday we decided to have a game night. But usually, like with the game nights, it always ends up being like the same games. We'll play like Mario Kart or Smash Bros or Fortnite, and I don't know. It's like we wanted something different. So like I was looking around, and one of the suggestions that my wife actually made was she saw Grounded 2. And she saw that it was 4 players, but I told her, I was like, it's 4 players, but you have to play on different devices, not local. And then she was getting upset about that, and I was like, yeah, I know, trust me. Like it's very annoying the fact that there's very few games that even have local co-op anymore. But yeah, so I was trying and I did always plan to try and play Grounded, the first Grounded, not Grounded 2, but I just couldn't find a way to like get all of us to play at the same time. It was always like it's a lot of hoops and hurdles to get through. But I don't know like how I did it. Like I had to like figure out like how are we all gonna play, because my kids have an Xbox, I have the Ally, but I also have the home Xbox. But it's like, but we also all 4 of us have to play on separate things, and I forgot that you could stream the games now, even and especially on Game Pass. So yeah, I miraculously figured it out. We were all able to play. It's so I do want to say I really hope that whatever that the Game Pass family plan ends up coming to fruition, because it was such a headache to try and figure out the licensing, like who gets to play what on what, and like because I actually had to buy a Game Pass subscription because because my son he was gonna stream it, but you have to have the Game Pass subscription to
Yes.
stream. And I forgot about that, and I was like, "Shit!" Like, I then he can't play. But I was like, you know what? Let me just buy it for him. I'll get the core just so that way, he'll have something, and we'll figure it out later. But it's just like, it made me like really, really like upset that that never came to fruition. And I feel like that would be such a big deal if they ever did the family plan. So that way I wouldn't have to think about, oh, who owns what and who has what subscription, and like, no, just all of us have this subscription. Like that's how it should be. Like it should be like a Netflix type thing where like as long as I have maybe like whatever the highest tier, like all the devices in the house can use it, you know? But yeah, unfortunately, we don't have that, so we had to find creative ways to do it, but we did it. And
Nice.
yeah, eh, it was actually very fun. Like it reminded me of when I first played Minecraft for the first time and had that sense of like discovery and like building and figuring things out. I will say it can feel a little bit overwhelming because there's so much that they throw at you in the beginning. And we were playing it like late at night, so that probably didn't help. We were a little bit sleepy, but like we got into it. Like once we were in it, we were in it. We were playing for hours. Um, but yeah, it is a very good co-op game, and I would recommend it for people who trying to play with their kids and stuff like that. I mean, if you can figure out the whole subscription thing and playing the game, streaming the game, all that stuff, um, it's definitely worth it. I think we're definitely gonna be able to play more of it.
Sounds like you
And
figured it out because y'all was playing.
I mean, yeah, no,
Yeah,
we
that's
did
what,
figure it out. I'm just saying it took a little while for me to figure it out. For the regular player, it might be too much, and they'll be like, "Ah, I'll just play something else." But for me, I really wanted to play, and my kids really wanted to play. I showed them the trailer, and they were just like, "Yeah, that looks cool." So, yeah, it's definitely a fun game, and I'm looking forward to playing more of it.
Yeah, it is a fun game. I remember playing. I don't play too many survival games, but when the first Grounded came out, I played a bunch of it with the Xbox group. So it's definitely a fun game.
Yes,
Very
and it's
good.
Obsidian. They're good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Brother Tay, you ready for us?
yeah, I'm fine. Other than my normal grind on TFTs, complete missions, and ranking to be a problem in child life, I actually got a chance to play a very fun game that's actually famous for streamers now, called Super Battle Golf.
Super
Super
Battle Golf.
Battle Golf. That sounds fun as hell.
That does sound
So
good.
pretty much is you get character. I wish. Do you remember? You all seen the game Peak before, right?
Yes.
So it's pretty much like Peak, but in the game itself, you get the characters like Peak, but it is like it is you're playing golf, but instead you all go at once. You have to run anytime you hit the ball, you have to run to it, and then it gives you items that you can use, and for every item, you can get coffee to make you go faster. You can spawn a golf cart so you can drive around, and then you get guns.
What?
Oh wow. What the hell?
Why is
Yeah,
it a thing now? It's just like everything's just add guns to it. Like
Pokemon with guns, golf with
yeah,
guns.
Legend of Zelda with guns. It's like what? Come on. But I'm
it's
sure
gun.
it still sounds fun though.
It's very fun. You get like a gun that's like a pistol. You get a sawed-off shotgun that has recoil, so you keep them around. And then when you think it can't get any wilder, then you get landmines that you could put on the game. And then that's when you're like, okay, we had enough explosions. No, then you get rocket launchers as well. And to finish it
Wow.
off, you get an orbital laser that you can shoot down on people from space. It's great. Yeah, great game. If you ever get a chance to
Sounds amazing.
look it up online. I think you will enjoy playing. You get to play. It is computer based. On my memory, because
Okay.
I played it on the computer, but I had a great time playing it.
It was called Golf what?
Super Golf Battle,
Super
Super Golf.
Super Battle Golf?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's on Steam.
yep.
I looked it up right this second.
hmm
Very interesting copy. I'm gonna take a look at that. All right. Let's see now. I've been playing, if you're watching on YouTube, I've been playing some mini shoot adventure. Now I beat the whole entire game and I beat it on basically on hard mode. I always make the games harder for myself. I don't know why. For whatever reason, I don't listen and I don't pay attention to certain things when I'm starting a game. And I ended up having to play the game without I almost beat the whole game before I found out about a mechanic that I needed early on in the game. I always make it hard for myself, but I played and beat it. It's actually a really good little mini shoot game. It's like a almost like a twin stick shooter, but it has like adventure with it. You have to go around solving puzzles and unlocking areas, and it's really fun. It's on Game Pass, you could check it out if you want. It's really dope. Also, I've been playing nonstop since it came out, Crimson Desert. And boy,
Well, yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
I honestly, you want to hear my thoughts? The controls are
Over here.
clunky.
Oh no.
The I think it's a lot to do, so they have to make the controls a little clunky. But if you're used to games like Red Dead Redemption 2, it's not a big deal because those controls were clunky as well.
Ah.
I still like it a lot. It is a ton to do. It's so much to do. I can't even sit here and start to explain. I've watched videos online to help me sort of like get through not puzzles because the puzzles aren't too hard, but it's to get like starting, like that
Yeah.
starting the first like 5 hours is really all big tutorials. And getting
Gotcha.
into chapter 2, basically from 1 to 2 is all big tutorials, just teaching you how to play the game. And the thing is, this game is not like any other game out there. There's no yellow paint or quest markers. I mean, no, there is quest markers, but there's not like go here and then you get to do this. No, it doesn't hold your hand. It's unforgiving. They want you to level up and explore and find new things because if you don't, you will get absolutely demolished by some of these bosses in here, like I've been getting.
Yeah.
The game is fun though. The combat is good. Um, there are a couple mechanics that are broken for the game, specifically for the Xbox and the PlayStation version. Like the fishing is broken. You can't even do it. But there are like ways around it. Like you don't have to actually go fish like with a fishing rod. You can just walk into the water and try and catch a fish by hand. So it's not like it's completely just done. The game controls are definitely, you have to get to learn them. But overall, I'm enjoying my time with the game. It's so much, but so fun at the same time, learning how to do things. I'm just this guy walking around town, and next thing you know, I'm doing bounties and catching bad guys. And the next thing you know, I'm stealing gold bars from fireplaces. And it's just so much. Like there's just bandits at night. You can just go up to them, fight them, liberate an area, and then next thing you know, you got a quest marker from the guy who used to own that place that you just liberated. Now he wants your help building some grand city off in the distance. And it's just so much. But I'm having so much fun doing it.
Did they ever get like Ubisofty where like, oh, go here, unlock the map, do this, fetch quests, collectibles, all that stuff?
No.
No?
Oh,
No. They have like if you go to a town, you can hit the bell and you unlock the map, like the area, but you don't unlock everything. You just unlock instead of it being gray, it is now white, and that's it. But there's still question marks everywhere where you get to talk to people. It is very different than the Ubisoft formula.
okay.
Very different. Like you have to individually talk to every NPC if you want to see what they want to talk about. Go to the shops, refine your armor, upgrade your weapons at the smith with particular like minerals and ores. You have to actually go mine them. It's a lot. It's not like you just go around collecting everything and go right into your menus and upgrade everything. No, you have to go to the smithy if you want to upgrade everything. You have to go to the tailor to get new clothes. You have to go to the butcher to buy meat to cook with because food is your friend. You need food to eat because that's like how you gain your health back. It's all so very different than any game that's ever been put out.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's
How does
not
it?
it's not go
How
ahead.
does it? Is
Talk
this
to
the
me.
game you sent to me over social media? I was like, I have
The
reviews.
Yes, is it the one where he's holding a cat?
I think so.
Yeah, yes, that is it. Yeah, that is it. Crimson Desert.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's no game like it. You can't pinpoint a game and say, okay, this is definitely like this game. There's never been a game like this.
This is
I tell you,
brother.
the
That's
controls
us.
were clunky because like the very first few minutes they have you do this jumping mechanics, like this platform mechanics, and you would think it'd be straightforward. It wasn't. I didn't even know how to jump. I fell a bunch of times. I'm like, I can't even jump. But once you figure it out, you just sit down and figure it out. You're like, okay, this is easy. I say it's also clunky because they use LB as the main button for everything. LB to like point your lantern and point your cursor so you can look at any particular object in the world. And I always hit left trigger, and left trigger is your bow and arrow. So I'm accidentally shooting things.
Oh.
So it's clunky because you just got to get used to it. Once you get used to it, it's fine.
Okay. So like I was very skeptical of this game. Like I felt like it was too good to be true. Like it felt like they were doing too much,
Yeah.
and that always like turned me off from it. And I felt like even with the reviews, that's what I was waiting for. That people it was very hit or miss. Like you either love this game or you just think it's meh. Um so I don't know, just based on what you're telling me, it's probably not gonna be my type of game. But I think the fact that you like it and a lot of people do like it, I'm okay with it. Like, not
It gives
that
you
like
some hope.
yeah, like maybe somewhere down the line I'll I'll pick it up, but
It's one of these games that you can't just pick up and play, though. You know, it's a time sink game. You're gonna need to learn the mechanics, learn everything. It's everywhere you have to go by horse or by foot. You know, especially early on. You know, you're gonna sink a lot of time into it, and that's one reason why, like brother Matt, he picked it up because he wanted to play it, but then he realized I don't have time to play this, so he refunded it.
that's probably why I'm not gonna play it.
Yeah, you're gonna have like it takes a lot of time. It's not like Resident Evil 9, where it's like a 10 to 15 hour game and then you're done with it. No, this 10 to 15 hours is the first chapter.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's like
Cool.
it's deep, right? The game has like deep roots, so many different types of mechanics that you have to learn. You're learning every single time you go out there. You can watch an enemy do a move to you, and you're picking up what he's doing, and now you can perform that same move.
Oh,
You
this
know,
game.
so it's very very sort of in depth, and it has a lot of mechanics, and it's gonna take a long time to finish this game. By the time GTA 6 comes out, I'll still be playing Crimson Desert because that's how big this game is.
It
Yeah.
looked very
But
big. Well, I believe you.
yeah, it's huge. I think the map itself is bigger than all of Skyrim, Red Dead, and GTA 5 put together.
That's
Jesus Christ.
crazy. Someone told me that this it felt like it was meant to be an MMO, but then they like retooled it to be a single player game.
I said screw
Well,
it.
there were reports of because it was supposed to be like a prequel MMO to Black Desert, which was the same people. Pearl Abyss made Black Desert. They also made
Yeah.
Crimson Desert. So it was supposed to be a prequel to that, but then they sort of retooled it to be a single player game, and that's
Yeah.
where probably all the different mechanics come in when you're playing the game between fishing and cooking and combat and you flying and jet skiing and gliding, and it's too much. But it does it well enough that it's still good, and I liked it.
Okay.
Yeah, I I see all the people talking online and all the rhetoric about how like the puzzles are too hard, and I don't. I can see how the puzzles could be a little challenging at first if you don't understand the mechanics of the game, but there are clear signs of what to do and how to do it once you realize, oh, okay, this is the sign to do this. You know, it doesn't tell you, hey, you have to do this. It just shows you once and hopes you pick up on it. And I guess a lot of people's game sense has gone out the window, especially let's say Gen Z. right? You know, they want the sad dad games that have the yellow paint that shows them exactly where to go. But
You know,
this is not that.
it's funny that people get so like worked up about that stuff. Like, I'm kind of indifferent to that type of thing. Like, I don't, if it's there, whatever. If it's
Yeah.
not, whatever. But people get really upset when it's in the game. But then, like, you see examples of people who genuinely need it. Like, they wouldn't put these things in the game if people didn't get lost so easily. And I feel like if it's in there, like, who cares? Just, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Like, if that destroys the immersion of the game, then like I don't know what to tell you. Maybe like go outside if you really want immersion.
Yeah.
Not go
No, the
outside, that's
respawn rate
crazy.
is bad out there.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, they gotta
fine, Def.
patch
I'm
that.
not. I'm gonna have to talk to developers. I'm talk to developer about this. This is some bullshit.
Yeah. So let's jump right into the news, okay? Like we got some news to talk about this week about Nvidia. Let's jump right into Nvidia.
Oh boy.
Yes. Oh boy, in general. We have Nvidia released a demo of their DLSS 5, and let's just say it didn't go over well with the community. The gaming community in general banded together to say, I don't know about this. This looks fishy. Let's jump right into it because it's been rough for the CEO Jensen Hogg about DLSS 5. All from Tom's Hardware article. They got to sit down and talk with the CEO, and the quotes read: "Since DLS 5 was revealed yesterday or last week for us, there's been pretty vocal response from the gaming community that the technology appears to make games appear worse or show only Nvidia's view of how games should look." And he asks them, how does he feel about that criticism? And the CEO goes off and says, first of all, they are completely wrong. The reason for that is because, as I explained very carefully, DLSS 5 fuses controllability of the geometry and textures and everything about the game with generative AI. He goes on to say, it is not post processing at the frame level, it's generative control at the geometry level. Now, if you're up to the news and up to date with all the Nvidia DLSS 5 stuff, you've seen the video, you've seen the demo that they put out. It is what looks like a beauty filter over the game, and they showcase, I think it was like a 2-minute video of different games with it on and different game, on and off, side by side comparison, and people were like, this looks kind of crappy, and it kind of does. At first I was thinking, no, this looks not bad, but then we get to find out the truth behind Nvidia's DLSS 5. And the truth is, it's a little technical, but it takes a 2D rendered frame plus motion vectors as input, and it's all analyzing a single frame. So what it means is that it is, in fact, a beauty filter. It is generative AI that filters the game to make it look pretty. After the CEO claimed, nope, everybody is wrong. That's not what it does. Because his words.
I know the game. It's pretty much a whole filter. It's an Instagram filter for video games made by AI. Literally.
He literally said that everybody's wrong. That is not what's going on. And then a couple days later, we find out that's exactly what's going on. Oh man, what do you guys think about DLS 5? Have you seen the video? Have you heard about the controversy?
I have. I got to see some clips of it. I saw they did it on Resident Evil 9 actually. So you can see like the differences, and all it is an Instagram filter. And also it kind of ruins that horror game. It's a big terrible game to do that, because like it makes it lighter so you can see things more clearly. I'm like, you're getting rid of the reason why it's a horror game in a sense, because it's supposed to be dark and paced, so you don't know what's there. Like, you got rid of the purpose of it, and also it doesn't even look that great.
Well, in that
It's like,
case,
hold on.
maybe I can play Resident Evil 9. Let's put DLSS 5 in there. No,
I swear to God.
Yeah,
my
I
bad.
I definitely was in the mix of all that. It took me by surprise because DLSS, it is at its core AI, like it's AI upscaling
Mhm.
and like frame generation and all that stuff. So it's like a lot of people are getting upset with the idea that it's AI, but like it's always been AI. So it's like I don't really get that part of the argument. What they're saying, oh, it's AI slop and stuff like that. But that's what DLS is. Like it's using AI to create frames to increase performance so that way you can run it at a lower resolution. But when I saw this, I was completely taken aback because it just looked like something entirely different. And they showed off different examples. The first one, the most jarring one was the Resident Evil one. Because like Tay said, like it's supposed to be like a horror game, supposed to be dark, dreary. And in that scene in particular, I haven't played the game, but I've heard people talk about it. In that scene in particular, like Grace, the main character, is supposed to look disheveled, supposed to look like depressed, haggard, all that stuff because I mean, mild spoilers, she's going to a house that her mother died in or something like that. So it made sense for her to look like that. Obviously, like it's the graphics and stuff like that, and it's also a faraway model, which causes them to use a lower poly model. You're not really meant to see that close up to the character. And then when they put the DLSS 5 on, she looked like she just got off the runway, and she was just like a model. And I was like, "Wait a second. What is going on here?" Now, don't get me wrong. When you look at like the environments and stuff like that, or like the background stuff and the lighting, in certain aspects, it looks very, very good because it mimics what it would look like in real life. And I get a lot of people want that out of graphics. They want the ultra realism. They want the photorealistic look. Um, but in certain cases, it's just like it doesn't need to be all that. Like as long as it looks good and it runs good, like that should be enough. But I don't know. Some people just want it extra.
Yeah,
They also
really
showed
extra.
like other examples from like Hogwarts Legacy. That one was the one that like made me go, okay, what the hell is going on? Like what this looks terrible. And
That's when they turned a 15-year-old into like a 35-year-old
yeah,
man,
yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, there's supposed to be a teenager, and now he looked like freaking Doctor Who. Um, but yeah, and then the old lady that they showed, like it became too like I don't know how to explain it, but there's a thing called like the uncanny valley where when something looks so real that it's just like it ends up looking fake in the process.
Yeah.
And I kind of equate it to um like this is like a more extreme example, but you know how like people get plastic surgery and stuff like that to fix, small imperfections or whatever. But then sometimes they take it a little too far and it's like, okay, now you look ridiculous. You're doing too much to try and fix imperfections that now you made more imperfections. So it's like I feel like that's the best way to describe this, that it was an over correction and now it looks worse than it did before. And it didn't even look bad before. So that's the part that doesn't I don't get that. They also showed Starfield, which you could argue that that was probably the quote unquote best example because it took what was very drab and boring character models and they made it look actually like decent to look at. The problem with that though is that the facial motion of the characters don't match what it looks like when it's supposed to look like super realistic. So then it ends up looking like a freaking animatronic that is like moving like a robot. And it's just like that takes me out of it. That it doesn't matter what it looks like. It now it's like how it moves and how they talk that's taking me out. So it's like there's a certain level of realism that can be achieved within like graphics and stuff like that. And what DLSS 5 is doing is trying to make everything seem super real. And I don't think that works with every game. And granted, they said that this is like developers have to enable this. I mean, that's always been the case with DLSS, but um I guess the fear is that um developers will kind of use it as a shortcut to not develop games properly and basically like make the game look terrible and then just use DLSS 5 to kind of make it better. And I think that's not the direction we should be going as an industry. Um yeah, but the reaction towards this is really what threw me off because like I have never seen such a divisive topic. And like we've seen console wars, all the way back until the 360 and PS3 days. At least for me. I mean, I didn't really go further than that, but I know it goes back further. And there's always been like heated arguments on which platform is better and this and that. And there's always like kind of like a line drawn, like, okay, you either Xbox or you PlayStation. And then they have like Nintendo people off to the side and whatever. But
That
I've
money,
never
Amy, I
seen like
told you.
but this like everybody was going every which way. There were people that like I knew, well, not that I knew, but like that I always thought like, man, they have a level head. I agree with them on a lot of things. And then they were the ones being like, "Oh, but why do you hate DLSS 5? It looks amazing." And I was just like, "What? How can you think this looks good?" And then there were people that I would never agree with that were saying, "Oh, this looks trash." And I'm just like, "What is going on here?" Like it's crazy. It was craziness on social
You want,
media. Like it was so polarizing.
I
And
think
I
when it comes
think
to this,
that's what's that?
I'm sorry, I interrupted you. You finish your point. I'll go right after you.
Yeah. So like when you have something that's like super polarizing with this stuff, um like that's kind of a bad indicator and you should kind of like tweak it. I'm not gonna lie. I know this is like the first generation of this stuff and it's gonna be iterative, it's gonna be improved upon and stuff like that. I don't doubt that eventually this could get to a level where it's acceptable and that it can be used to make graphics better in general. But this was a very terrible first showing. And I think they probably thought like maybe the people at Nvidia thought that it looked good and they were just like, "Oh, it's good enough. Let's show it off right now and then we'll work on it later." I don't think they should have showed this off. This is years away. They say that it's going to release later this year. I highly doubt that. The fact that it took two 5090s to run
Yes.
this locally should show that this is not ready for consumers. Like that maybe like on the super high end, but what is the point at that point? Like the point is to get people to adopt this. And if this is your first showing, I don't think it was a great first showing. I think eventually this is probably going to be a few years away and eventually it'll get better. I think there is a good medium that you can reach where it doesn't look like a AI filter, a Yasify filter is what people were calling it. Um, but yeah, this doesn't look good at all. And anybody who's saying it, just I think they need to get glasses. I have glasses, and I know this is bad. So maybe you should get glasses. And if you do, maybe if you have glasses already, you gotta get them upgraded, get a new prescription because this was not the move.
I think the
Brother, tell
weirdest
you
thing,
want to say something? Go ahead.
yeah, the weirdest thing about this is like because one, it's fully AI, So it's already going to be extremely divisive to begin with.
Yes.
Because everyone, and no, the weirdest part is, I think at a certain point, we as gamers get to a point together where we're like, we don't want this more of AI stuff. But I think the weirdest part, like you said, is how many people. On my end, I haven't seen anyone that's like, I like how this looks at all. To be fair, I will be honest with you, but I could
Yeah.
see some people just dealing like that because some people don't really care about the context of why games look like that when it comes to it being disheveled. Other people want to be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's pretty, so what's the problem?" It's
Yeah.
the same thing. It's a kind of an in between thing of like ball and shoot gamers versus singles solo gamers in a bit.
Yeah.
Where ball and shoot gamers are like, why don't you? It's the online is fantastic. What about the other stuff? And then, well, who cares about the other stuff? And everyone's like, well, the other stuff is what made the game. It's the game.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. Whereas
Yeah.
like ball and shit, like it's not core. It can be useful for other things, like for maybe some other stuff in the future. But right now, this is not a good thing, especially on the examples that they show to me.
Yeah. I think that's what bothered me the most was that people were just so quick to just accept it. No skepticism, no thinking about the fact that this could potentially up upend the gaming industry in the sense that now they're basically saying that, oh, the artist's intention or the artist's vision doesn't matter. It matters what our vision is. And also the fact that and you didn't mention this, but the the developers didn't even know that this was happening. They found out about this the same time we did. Like Capcom and Warner Brothers, all the examples that the only one who I think knew was Bethesda because they had
Bethesda.
Todd. Yeah,
Yeah.
but Todd Howard was like singing its praises. But yeah, the other ones they said they didn't know. Obviously, they had to have some type of approval, so it's probably like the upper level executives that signed off on this, but the developers themselves had no input, and they found out about this just as we did, and I think that's really scummy, and I don't like that, and it flies in the face too because the CEO was saying, "Oh, developers have control over this stuff," and well, why didn't they have control over this? Like you literally said that and then found out that they had no idea. So it's like
Yeah.
what is it? And yeah, it's just and then there was people online who were like vehemently defending it. Like I'm glad that you Tay didn't have to see all that because it was making me tear my hair out
What's
at the peak.
What's funny is I really saw anybody defending it. I even saw developers
No.
making fun of it. Like the developer for Super Meat Boy put out the picture
Yeah.
of their game and then with DLSS on and it looks like an actual like pile of meat. It was hilarious. I
Yeah.
got to see all that. But I'm glad you also mentioned Starfield because I think it really depends on one, the developer and the engine that the developer is using to make their games. Because we all know the creation engine with Starfield and all the Bethesda games that they make is extremely dated. Extremely dated. Like they're still using like the base version of that engine, but just upgraded to make Starfield, to make probably even Elder Scrolls 6. So of course somebody like Todd Howard and Bethesda would love DLS5 because it's gonna make their jobs easier while still using their shitty old engine.
Yes.
So it really just depends on the developer. We've talked about here about how uh Resident Evil 9 looks great, and that's because of the engine that they use and how it's not an open world game, it's a closed, more linear game. So the engine works perfectly. So when you take the DLS5 and add it into a really good working engine, it looks like a beauty filter. But when you take the creation engine and add DLSS5, it looks like what the engine that Capcom is using.
Yeah.
So it really just depends on the developer. And anybody defending it is probably paid shills online. The
That's
dead internet
yeah.
theory out there.
That's what it felt like, honestly, and I had to kind of remind myself that, like, these are very vocal minorities. They don't represent the large majority of people who, like, who would criticize this stuff, And not to say that everybody should hate this. I mean, if you like it, whatever. But it was the fact that people were going out of their way to defend it. Like they were describing it. They were using examples that, oh, it's just the lighting, and if you they showed examples of in real life, if you change the lighting, it can make people look like different people, and all this and that, all like bending over backwards to defend this stuff. And then we found out that it was a lie. It wasn't actually changing the lighting or anything like that. It was literally an AI filter, just like everybody was saying, just like I was saying. And then, like, I don't know, it was so annoying. Like, clearly, if you look at the two side by side, especially like with the Grace one, that's when everybody goes to. It's clearly like it looks like a completely different person. Honestly, it looks like Scarlett Johansson. That's who it looks like.
What are you talking about? She's hot, bro.
That's all that matters. But somebody somebody said, you know what they should have done if they wanted people to get on board? They should have just showed titties. And then
I
if they would have showed
I hate
that, if they would have
people.
used Stellar Blade,
I hate
then it
people.
would have been all fine. But
That's stupid. That's so
but
ridiculously stupid.
I know
Why?
it's it's you say that, but low key,
I
it's
know.
kind of true.
I know how. I know that's most people thinking like that though.
Yeah,
I
and
know
it's
most
sad.
people are gonna be like, "Oh, why didn't they just like if they wanted me to buy it, could have just showed some butts, so some titties?" And I'm like, "Brother in Christ, is that all you think about?"
Apparently that's what gamers want. But yeah, I'm kind of glad that it ended up being a lie, because this is the first time where I was just like, I wanted people to see how foolish they were, and I'm glad that it happened almost in real time, like literally a day after it
Yeah.
came out, and then like, yeah. Will they admit it? Hell no, because that's just how things work. But the fact that they were looking stupid in the first place is enough for me.
Yeah. I mean, they will do whatever they want to do anyway, despite the community uproar.
Yeah. I mean, I do think this again. I do think this is gonna still like be worked on. It's not gonna go away. And that's the thing
No.
too with AI. Like I know it's a fool's errand to believe that AI is just gonna go away. Maybe the bubble will burst and maybe things will change, but it's not gonna disappear.
Yeah.
AI is here to stay. Now we have to kind of like navigate what is the best use case of it. Because right now it's kind of like the Wild West. Everybody's putting AI in everything, and they're just waiting to see what sticks. Like we have freaking refrigerators with AI. Like who the fuck needs a refrigerator with AI? So eventually we're gonna get to a phase where it kind of reaches like a medium point where we already know what its use cases is, and then we go from there. But until then, we just gotta ride off until it all settles out.
Yeah.
But it
Well,
was so
it won't settle out anytime soon. Let's just say
no,
that.
no, no, no.
No.
We're years away from that.
Yeah, yeah. And
Unfortunately.
even on the console side, okay, because we have PlayStation coming and confirming with Digital Foundry that Mark Cerny, the lead system architect for PlayStation, is going to use, it's called Project Amethyst, in collaboration with AMD, confirming that their base frame generation is coming to PlayStation platforms. So it's not even going to be just PC or Nvidia products. We're going to see some form of frame generation and AI usage even on consoles. So this was confirmed by Digital Foundry and PlayStation's lead tech architect for the consoles. They will be using a newer version of their AMD and PSSR, and it will have frame generations. And it's AI, like you said, it's not going anywhere. We're gonna see more of it. It's definitely gonna be part of the next Xbox and the next PlayStation. It's just a matter of how will these companies use it, or how will the customers use it once it's been implemented.
Yeah, like I said, it's already being used now, honestly. Like the Xbox Ally X, it literally has the the chipset in it is, what is it? The Z2 AI Extreme
Yeah.
or something like that. Um, and it's using AI to um it's using AI for features that it's only exclusively available to that. One of the examples is right now they have it's like a highlight system where it'll take highlights from whatever game you're playing and it'll just make like a little reel of like your best moments in the game. I haven't tried it out myself. You have to like enable it. I haven't enabled it, but in April, I think they announced that they're gonna introduce what's called Auto SR, which is Auto Super Resolution, which is an AI upscaler similar to the original version of DLSS and FSR and AMD. Um, so uh, it'll be exclusive to the Xbox Ally X, where it'll automatically upscale games from lower resolutions, so that way it will save battery and save graphical power, so you can like run games at a lower resolution and it'll still look good. Um, yeah, so it's already being used now. Well,
Yeah.
I guess in April, but yeah, the fact that if it's in there, it's in technology now. It's more than likely gonna be on the next on PS6 and the Helix and all that stuff. Um, and maybe even well, I don't. Well, no, the Switch 2 has it too. It uses AI upscaling as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Don't they
it's
use the Nvidia version of it? They use some.
yeah, it
Yeah.
uses DLSS, so it's
Yeah.
like it's already here. So yeah, we gotta just stop with the whole like vendetta against AI because now it's looking a little silly because like
It's
now
too
you're just
late.
it's too late. If it was the time to get rid of it, it would have been right at the beginning. But obviously, money talks, and
Yeah.
that investors are gonna invest. So
Listen, the data centers have been built. The water is being used. Our economy and our environment are already being destroyed by AI already. It is too late to get rid
yes,
of it. It is we're beyond that. It is here and they're gonna use it no matter what.
exactly. I would invest in water filters if you can, because we're not
Jesus
drinking
Christ.
clean water anytime soon without it.
Yeah. Oh man. Let's move on from all the AI and Nvidia talk. We got some upsetting news out from North Carolina. It's a North Carolina-based studio. Um, it's called Red Storm. It's a Tom Clancy studio. Ubisoft decided to end game development, and it is resulting in 105 job losses over from Ubisoft. And this is a really upsetting. I'm a big Tom Clancy fan. Uh, way back from even the very first Rainbow, even before, like every Tom Clancy game I own, I've played a ton of it, synced a lot of time into it. Have very fond memories of all the older Tom Clancy games, even up until when Rainbow Six Siege came out. It's sad to see because this studio's been around since like 1996, and they developed games like just Rainbow Six in general, Ghost Recon, some really good games out there. They even helped develop Advanced Warfighter. It's there's so many games that are just gonna be not. The studio's still gonna run. It still will run the games, but now 105 people lost their jobs, and there'll be no more working on even the Division's Heartland. Everything is just gone. It's no more of these Tom Clancy games.
Yeah, it really sucks because like I remember one time when a game had Tom Clancy on it, you knew like, oh shit, okay, like you were in for something good.
Yeah.
And not every game was like the best, but for the most part, you could trust that the name Tom Clancy meant something. And I know it was based off an author of like the books and stuff like that. So, but
Yeah.
they were the ones who ensured that um the games were quality. And honestly, I'm surprised that they were even around this long. Because with the way Ubisoft has been going, like
Yeah.
it's a wonder why they even kept them around. But yeah, I mean, this is just It's the way things go, unfortunately.
It does state that the company says it's aiming to reduce Ubisoft is aiming to reduce its fixed cost by an additional 200 million over the next 2 years. So if you're working for Ubisoft in any capacity, potentially your job is at risk. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I don't I don't know what's going on with Ubisoft. It feels like they want to be bought out by somebody, but who? I don't know who would be willing to buy unless it's like a foreign entity like well they're already working kind of sort of with Tencent. So I guess Tencent, but I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. It's just upsetting. Let's let's just keep going. We have some Xbox news. Last week or a week and a half ago, we had the Gaming's Development Conference, GDC, and Xbox was there to discuss Project Helix. And we did get to hear that Project Helix is the next console. We knew it was coming, but with GDC, we get to see a little bit further insight on the next Xbox. So just right from Xbox mouth, right from the GDC floor, it reads the characters, worlds, and stories from developers across the world have shaped every stage of Xbox's evolution, what's possible, and where we go next. As we celebrate 25 years of Xbox this year, I want to give a special thank you to the developers, past and present, who have helped define Xbox legacy, including the more than 5,000 developers around the world currently building for Xbox. We're continuing to push innovation for our next 25 years with our team hard at work on our next generation of first party console. Project Helix is designed to play your Xbox console and PC games, delivering leading performance and ushering in the next generation of console gaming. As part of the multi-year partnership with AMD, we're shaping the future of rendering and simulation, and Project Helix is powered by a custom AMD SoC and designed for the next generation of DirectX and FSR to unlock what comes next. We didn't get to see any actual specs or the console, but they did say that they're excited to ship alpha versions of the hardware to developers in the very, very early stages of 2027. So all that means to me is that we're hoping to see all these new consoles by the end of 2027, probably holiday time, for the next Xbox Helix. And I don't know, from all the news that we saw, even though I was tempered expectations, I was still excited to see that they're going full speed ahead with creating a new console, despite the rhetoric you see online that this new console will play all of our Xbox console games and the PC games, making it the first hybrid console.
Yeah, I was very glad that they solidified that fact because for the longest time there's been, talk online about will it or won't it, and I know in past things they've said they've kind of like hinted at kind of sort of but not definitively answered the question, will this be a hybrid or will it be a console type ecosystem, will it be just a PC? No, it's a console and it's a PC. Like we've said in the past, that's what they've confirmed. And what's even more interesting is that they're basically streamlining the process to develop games for their system. Because I mean, they didn't go into detail, but they've said essentially that they're going to be unifying the store between
Sure.
PC and Xbox. So that way there won't well, this is more of just me like guessing. Again, they didn't really go into super specific, but it'll basically be one version of the game that'll be available for both. Well, I guess as long as they support it, the Series S and X and the PC and Helix. So it'll basically just be one. It's an evolution of the Play Anywhere motive,
Yeah.
but it'll just be that much easier. and they're making it so that essentially developers are more encouraged to create Xbox versions of their PC games, and their GDK, which is the game developer kit that they're building, is, I think they said that it takes less than a day to port games over to Xbox. And I think that alone should be enough for like developers to be like, why not? Because I know a lot of developers are kind of like, they're very hesitant to port games on multiple platforms. That's why you see a lot of games launch on Steam first and then come to consoles, or they'll launch on Steam and then like maybe one console, like the Switch or PlayStation or Xbox, and then they'll come to other platforms later. But that's more of a resource issue. It's a lot of people try to paint it as oh, they don't care about Xbox because they don't make money there. Like if money was not an issue, like why not put the game there? Like like you would you rather make $0 on that platform or some dollars on that platform? If the money to port was not an issue, then why not? It makes no sense. But it was always the priority issue for them. Is like, oh, well, since we're not going to make that much money on it, we'll do that later, and then port it later because that takes time, and they want to prioritize the platforms where they can make money. But if it costs literally nothing and like it takes less than a day to port the game over to Xbox, why wouldn't you do it? So I don't know. I think this is a way to, and in addition to other incentives they've added, which is I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was like a multi-platform software that utilizes like cloud saves and cross-platform play and stuff like that. I forget the name of it, but they're basically offering it for free to developers if they port to Xbox. And I think that's the way to get developers to be on your platform that when they weren't before. In addition to like other stuff like, maybe like Game Pass deals or whatever the case may be. I think honestly, the best foot forward would be to offer a different revenue split if they're serious about getting developers on the platform. But anyway, I'm getting off track. I do like that they were very transparent about like what their plans are with Helix, and I mean obviously we didn't see anything physical there, but
Yeah, no.
that 2027 release seems more likely than not. And I do believe, I've said it in the last episode, I feel like the Project Helix is probably not going to be one console. It's going to be two. It's probably going to be an X and a S version. And then I think the S version might be a handheld, which is annoying
That's
for me
interesting.
because I bought the Xbox Ally, and now I'm already potentially going to buy another one next year.
Ooh. Maybe you'll sell me your Ally. You'll get the new one, huh?
Maybe we'll see. We'll see
We'll
if it ends
see.
up being true.
Yeah, we'll
But
see.
yeah, I do think it's gonna be a series of devices rather than just one. So that way it can accommodate all gamers from all like price ranges, because I know people are very I guess worried about the price of this thing, that is probably going to be super expensive. I don't think it's going to be that expensive. I think people are going crazy with the whole 1,500 number that they're saying it as fact when like there's been no number. So
No.
I don't know. And it
There
keeps
are a
getting
lot of
higher.
people.
You ever
Yeah, there are a
notice
lot
that?
of people online talking like if there are facts. Like, oh, the next PlayStation is gonna be this price. They're like, the
Yeah.
next PlayStation is gonna be $600. It's like, first of all, the Pro is $750.
That's what I don't understand where their logic is
Yeah,
coming from. They say it as if it's a confirmed thing.
yeah,
Nobody has said anything about price, nor Sony, Xbox,
yeah.
well,
Nobody.
Nintendo is already out there, but yeah, nobody has said anything about price, but yet people are saying, "Oh, the PlayStation 6 it has to cost $600. Like it's most certainly going to cost $600, and then the Helix is going to be like $2,000." Like, no, where are you getting these prices from? Like,
they're pulling it out their ass because they just want to be first to say something. They want the clicks, they want the likes, that's all they want. They want that revenue stream. They don't care about the facts. These people don't care. They probably don't even believe it themselves. They're just saying shit so they can get all the monetization right to them.
You're more than likely right, but it's still so annoying to see.
It is. It's very
And
annoying.
it's so obvious, but I don't know. I will say though, this partnership with AMD, going back to the DLSS stuff, DLSS 5 thing, considering the fallout from all that, AMD has the opportunity to take advantage and basically do something better and not use AI. Well, at least the AI filter thing. And I think they could do it because they're on console and it's going to be on the next gen consoles anyway. So I think they have an
mean,
opportunity to do something interesting with the tech rather than just doing the AI filter or whatever the fuck Nvidia decided to do.
well, AI is already here because coming, I think, in April, Gaming
yeah,
Copilot is gonna be on current generations of Xbox.
Oh yeah,
And
forgot about
yeah,
that.
yeah, and that was announced at GDC as well. So AI is here. They're going, I think in April, they're going to officially be rolled out, I think, to the insider program first and then everybody else, just like they always do. And yeah, it's here. We're gonna have a gaming co-pilot AI assistant. I probably won't use it.
Yeah.
I admit,
Um,
I'm not big on AI stuff. Like I don't use ChatGPT like everybody else. I just use regular Google. I don't really, even on my 25 S25 Ultra, I don't really use the AI features. AI is not something use in general, so I won't be using it in gaming. I don't need it. I don't need an AI assistant to tell me how to play Crimson Desert.
so
You sure?
I have like the I have mixed feelings on this type of stuff because like on the one hand, I'm the same way. I don't really use AI for anything. Literally, the most I use AI for is to whenever I'm on Twitter, because Twitter has the character limit, I'll write out what I want to say and then have the AI rewrite it for me. That's less characters. And that's it. That's literally the only thing I do because sometimes like I can't think of words on the spot that are like cuz I'll be sitting there for like 5 minutes trying to figure out what I want to type out to some random comment. I'm just like I don't want to sit here and do all that. So I'll use the ChatGPT to like reword it and then I'll fix it later with how I would say it. But that's like the most I use AI for. I don't use it to as like Google. A lot of people use it as Google, and
Yes.
I don't get that. That's so
Yeah.
weird.
They
But
literally use it in place of Google when Google is literally right there.
yeah, it takes as much effort to just Google it yourself than to just put in ChatGPT, and
Yeah.
then you might get the wrong answer. So it's like and that's why I also hate
Technically.
the AI overview.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say technically
Yes.
whenever you Google stuff, you get an AI overview of your
Yeah,
result
no, I skip
anyway.
past that. I
Yeah,
don't even
no,
bother with that.
I don't know. AI overview is terrible. I have it turned off. I'm gonna
You
if
turn
I'm
it off. I
looking,
want to turn it off. I've been trying to look
it's
it
in the
up.
settings. It's in the settings. It's very easy
So
to turn it off,
that's a
and you
personal
just
thing. You
literally
can talk
turn it
about
off.
that at the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can literally turn it off in the settings. And if I'm searching something on Google, I go straight to the articles or websites that I need that pop up. No AI overview. I hate the AI overview because
Yeah.
it is basically ChatGPT in Google. Like it's gonna give you something wrong in there. Don't listen to it.
Yeah, because it uses user input, and a lot of times user input is wrong. Like I'll see a bunch of because it does show the links, which is actually kind of like nice, but a lot of people don't even look at those links. And then there was one time I was trying to look up something, and I wanted to see what the AI overview was talking about, and it used links from fucking Reddit and
Oh
just
wow.
comments that
Yeah.
people were making and using that as fact. I was like, what? No, that's not how this works.
Yep.
But yeah, so yeah, I don't really like that whole thing, but I am curious on like what kind of stuff it's going to actually use. to help you out with these games, because that's how it's supposed to be. Like, you're supposed to be, oh, I need help with this, and then I need help with like this level. I've never found myself like at wanting to know, like, so I do use guides, but I'm visual. I can't listen to somebody, like, I can't read it out, because then it confuses me. I need to, like, I'll go on YouTube and trying to find a video on there that's trying to do the same thing that does the same thing I'm trying to do, and then I'll mimic that. I feel like that's more beneficial to me. Having somebody tell me what to do, I feel like it's not the same. But who knows? Maybe some people will find it useful. I may try it once just to see how it works, but I can't see myself using it long term. I don't like the idea of a co-pilot, like, looming over me, watching my screen to see what I'm doing, and then, because what if it tells me to do something wrong, and then I don't know, because it could be
It's gonna
something
troll you.
yeah, but, like, what if it's something, like, I don't wanna say, like, serious, but, like, what if you're playing freaking the game on the hardest difficulty, and if you lose, then you gotta restart the whole thing? Like, or, like, what, for example, like, what if you're playing Baldur's Gate on honor mode, and you're trying to figure out how to beat a boss, and they tell you, "Oh, do this," and then it doesn't work, and then that's it, your run is over. No, like, no, I'm not doing that. So,
To be fair, if you're playing BG3 in honor mode, you already know what the hell to do.
that's true, yeah. You should pre-plan that shit months in advance, because honor mode, I've looked it up. I've been tempted to do one, and I've been looking up videos, and that shit is like, you gotta have that, like, timed out to a T. It's like the
Yeah.
most optimized run that you could possibly do.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we'll see how this works. I'm not gonna, like, shit on it 100%. I just don't think it's for me. Hopefully it's not too, I mean, it's gonna be cloud based, so I don't think it'll be like a resource hog or anything like that. So we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah. You know what? We'll end it there for all the news that we have for the week.
It's
That is
very AI heavy.
very AI heavy.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. We're about to start the catch on though. That's fine. Next up.
Yeah. Next.
That's all right. We'll be AI voices sometime in the future.
Don't do that to me.
Don't
do that
speak
to me.
that to the existence.
I would be in so much trouble.
All right. With
well-
that, just want to remind you guys, if you're watching on YouTube, you can like, comment, and subscribe. If you're listening to us on a podcasting app, you can share us and rate us, do all that nice stuff. If you look in the description, you can see our sponsors, W Energy and NordVPN. Save some money off of products and subscriptions. If you help them out, they'll help us out, and we'll thank them and thank you. That's it. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.